Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you 8 latest defense updates. Number 1, showcasing Web 8 by 8 at LAAD 2025. DRDO is set to make a bold statement at the LAAD 2025 Defense and Security Expo scheduled for April 1st to 4th in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Among its showcased innovations, the wheeled armored platform 8 by 8 will take center stage, signaling India's ambition to penetrate the Latin American armored vehicle market. This move comes on the heels of a significant international breakthrough, with the Royal Moroccan Army placing substantial orders for the WEP 8 by 8 to be executed by Tata Advanced Systems Limited, a key private sector partner of DRDO. As India emerges as a new player in the global armored market, its focus on LATAM reflects a strategic push to expand its defense export footprint. Next, unveiling VLM, a game changer. VTOL Aviation India Private Limited, a trailblazing force in India's aerospace sector, has introduced its latest innovation, the VLM, a made-in-India vertical takeoff and landing loitering munition UAV. Designed for high-precision kamikaze missions, the cutting-edge unmanned aerial vehicle is poised to redefine tactical dominance in modern warfare. Equipped with AI-powered target recognition and a suite of advanced features, the VLM_X promises to deliver unparalleled stealth, agility, and precision across land, air, and sea operations. The VLM_X stands as a testament to India's growing prowess in indigenous defense technology. Developed under the Make in India initiative, this loitering munition, often referred as a suicide drone, is engineered to identify and neutralize a wide array of threats, including vehicles, personnel, tanks, radars, drones, aircrafts, RF transmission system, and marine vessels. Its ability to process real-time camera feeds using artificial intelligence ensures rapid and accurate target identification, making it a formidable asset in dynamic combat scenarios. Next, INS Aridhaman, a nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine set for induction in 2025. The Indian Navy is on the cusp of a significant milestone in its quest for a robust nuclear triad, with the impending induction of INS Aridhaman, the third nuclear-powered ballistical missile submarine of the Arihant class, later this year, as an upgraded variant of its predecessors INS Arihant and INS Arighat. INS Aridhaman promises to enhance India's sea-based nuclear deterrence, a critical component of its strategic defense posture. With its advanced features, increased missile capacity, and higher indigenous content, INS Aridhaman is poised to play a pivotal role in safeguarding India's national security interest in an increasingly volatile Indo-Pacific region. Next, India to launch 52 military satellites for intelligence and surveillance. In a significant push to enhance its military capabilities through space-based assets, India is set to launch 52 dedicated satellites for intelligence gathering, reconnaissance, and surveillance. The announcement was made by Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan during the address at the Indian Deaf Space Symposium held at a Manohar Parrikar Institute for Defence Studies and Analysis in New Delhi, organized by the Indian Space Association. The symposium brought together the key stakeholders from the military, space industry and policy domains to discuss India's growing ambition in the militarization of the outer space. Next, Navy's retired Tu-38 MPA fleet awaits final resting. The Indian Navy's Ilyushin Tu-38 Marine Patrol aircraft, fondly nicknamed the Winged Stallions, have been a cornerstone of the nation's maritime surveillance for nearly half a century. After 46 years of distinguished service, the fleet was officially retired in 2023, having clocked an impressive 52,000 hours of operational flying. While their days of soaring over the Indian Ocean are over, at least two of these iconic aircrafts remain parked at INS Hansa, the naval air station co-located with Goa's Dabolim Airport, awaiting their final resting places. Next, should India adopt a dead hand system like Russia's? Comment. In the shadowy realm of nuclear deterrence, Russia's premier system, commonly dubbed as Dead Hand, stands as a chilling testament to Cold War ingenuity. Designed to ensure retaliatory nuclear strikes even if Moscow's leadership is wiped out, this semi-automated system can reportedly launch Russia's arsenal in response to a detected nuclear attack, triggered by sensors detecting radiation, seismic activity, and communication features. As India navigates an increasingly volatile nuclear neighborhood with Pakistan and China, the question arises, should New Delhi develop its own version of a dead hand system to safeguard its second strike capability? The idea, while provocative, demands a nuanced look at India's strategic needs, technological capacity, and the risk of such a radical escalation. Next, NTPC to build small nuclear reactors. India's NTPC is exploring the possibility of building small modular reactors to replace its older thermal power plants, according to a tender document. The first such proposal since the country moved to open its much guarded nuclear sector. The state-run company, India's top power producer, has called for consultants to run feasibility tests for smaller modular reactors, which have simpler designs than large nuclear plants and can be scaled up to meet demand. Next, Jai Shankar meets Crown Prince of Dubai, Hamdan bin Mohammed in Delhi. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar welcomed UAE's Crown Prince Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum on his first official visit to India on Tuesday. In a post on X, Jaishankar expressed warmth upon his arrival and noted he values the positive sentiments of the Crown Prince over the wide-ranging cooperation and vibrant ties between India and the UAE. Thank you.